So I'd like to thank today's sponsor, which is Cold Weather. So in this video, I'm going to go over some of the cold weather gear I have for observing, and I'm going to just go over the new gear that I bought. So we're dealing with temperatures with a wind chill close to negative 30 degrees Fahrenheit, and that is very chilly to be sitting down and not moving in while looking through the eyepiece of one of these guys. So in a second, I'm going to just go through some of the clothing I have that I plan on wearing when it is this cold. Hopefully I won't go out in this kind of chilly weather often. It'll be warmer than this when I go out, and I hope anyway. So let's have a look at some of the gear I have. So the first thing I have is this pair of heated sweatpants. So up here in the left pocket, it actually unzips and you can plug in a power supply, which I have right here. Fits in there nicely. You need to have a 5-volt, 2-amp battery pack to run this. I'm not quite sure of how long this can run on high, but I got at least an hour out of it yesterday. But that's just the first layer I have of pants. So also with these, so it's got a heating pad here in the knee and then down at the shin. And then same with the other side, obviously. It's got another heating pad up here. Right there is where the heating pad is. And then there's another one on the back, which is right up here. So your lower back and your lower abdomen, and then your knees and shins. And there's one on the back of the legs for the calf area. So keeps your lower body pretty nice and toasty. It's got a nice, I think it's a fleece lining inside. This lining is very nice, very soft. So I was wearing these in my house without running the heat, and I have to say they're probably the warmest sweatpants that I own. So even without the heat, they're pretty good. Maybe a little tighter in the waist than I wanted, but that's fine. I don't have to deal with belts or worry about that falling off while I'm out at the telescope, because that would be weird. Next up is my pair of Carhartt overalls, or bib, whatever you want to call it. These are very nice. My issue with Carhartts in the past has been that they're too stiff, but these actually flow pretty nicely. When it's on, I can sit down and it's not uncomfortable to sit in. So those are really nice. It's got a zipper up the side. The inside lining is very soft and very warm. Let's see, I never took the tags off of these, so let's see what I got here. So I got the loose fit, firm duck insulated bib overall. It's only rated a 2 on the warm scale, but my thinking is, and I haven't put it to the test yet, is I'll have my heated pants on, I'll have this on over top of it, and hopefully the Carhartt will keep my legs nice and toasty. So that's for my legs. Next up on the list here is my Baffin, I believe they're the Impact snow boots. These things are amazingly warm. Got a nice thick sole on them. I will say that last year when I wore these, the bottoms of my feet were starting to get cold after a little bit standing on the cold ground. But I mean, you're not going to be completely protected, so you still got to take precautions, wear your extra socks, your wool socks, whatever else you wear on your feet to keep them warm. Sometimes I'll actually throw hand warmers down in there just to keep heat in. It's got all types of insulation. We got this layer, and then this layer here, and then the outer layer. And the nice thing about these, which I don't really need, is you tighten up the drawstring so that if you're trekking through deep snow, hopefully you keep most of the snow out from your feet. There's no shoelaces, just the buckle. 2 buckles, one up top and then one down low. And I have to say that those are awesome boots for winter observing. So we've done the feet, we've done the legs, now up to the torso. So aside from having something like a t-shirt and my flannel that I usually wear when I go out, after that I usually throw on a hoodie and then a jacket. Well, this year I bought a new hoodie. I bought an Aurora heated hoodie. This thing is nice. It's nice and toasty, nice and warm, even without the heating element running. Very nice. Goes on nice over my t-shirt and my flannel that I wear. Sometimes I'll wear a long sleeve shirt over that too, just for an added layer. And then I'll throw this on. And this has 3 heating elements in it. It's got one up in the upper right chest, one in the upper left chest, and then one on the upper back. And that keeps you nice and toasty. The inner material is very nice and warm. Definitely a really nice heated jacket. They make heated jackets, heated vests, heated hoodies. Probably make a few other things. It comes with its own power supply that you need to use because the jacket itself has the DC plug. And that actually goes in this pocket over here. That'd be your left side. There's a little jack to plug it in. Then you just tuck it back in there, zip it up, and ready to go. Again, just like with the pants, it's powered with a little button up here. When I'm out, well, I probably won't need to because I'll have another jacket on over top of this. But this and this on the pants both light up. So if you're not wearing anything over top of those, you're probably going to want to put some tape over it because it's bright red, bright blue, and bright white lights that come out of those. So probably don't want those shining while you're looking through your telescope. Next up, here I've got a camel crown jacket. I've never heard of that brand before. Last year, my jacket zipper broke, and there were some other issues with it, so I just finally decided to replace it. I ordered this one on a whim, and I have to say it actually works pretty good. So it's a 3-in-1 jacket. You've got your outer layer, your inner layer, and then the third jacket is just the 2 layers combined. This is a really nice jacket. Obviously, it's got your pockets, a pocket up here. Got a big deep pocket here to toss things in. And another deep pocket over here to toss things in. And I'm thinking with this jacket over top of the heated hoodie will also help keep warmth in when I'm out observing at the telescope. This next bit of gear is a nice winter hat, and I have to say that while I love this hat because it shows moon phases and, it proudly screams that I'm an astronomy nerd, it's not necessarily the warmest, so I might need to upgrade my hat to something a little bit better. Then I have this pair of gloves that actually has pockets inside on each glove on the top part of your hand, where you can put hot hands in to keep your hands warm. And I wear these gloves because it allows me to sketch easily at the eyepiece without having bare hands, which is nice because when it's really cold, you really don't want your hands exposed. These gloves are also nice because they have touch pads on the thumb and the pointer finger on both hands, which allow you to use your cell phone. And again, not having to expose your bare hands when you're out at the telescope in -30 Fahrenheit weather is a nice thing. And then over top of these, I wear a pair of these fingerless mitten gloves. So, you put those on and the fingertips stick out. And then you put the flap over it, and then you just got yourself a nice pair of mittens. These are very old, and I should upgrade my mittens at some point, but haven't gotten around to it yet. They still work great. Haven't had any issues when actually wearing them over top of my gloves. But these are really handy. I can keep these on also when I sketch because it exposes my fingers with these gloves. Sometimes they just kind of get in the way and you got to pop them off real quick, but you can keep those on. So that's the headgear I wear, and I did not show the wool socks. I think we've all seen wool socks, so I'm not going to pull those out. So yeah, that's the head and hands portion of my warm gear. So it's nighttime, and it is a real feel of -18 Fahrenheit. Earlier I kept saying it was going to be -30 Fahrenheit. I confused that with Celsius. But yeah, real feel of -18 Fahrenheit. And wow, am I warm. I mean, I'm walking, so I'm not just sitting, but I just actually got up from sitting down for a few minutes, and yeah, I didn't get cold at all. I mean, my arms are a little bit chilly because, well, I've got no heating elements there. But my idea of the heated pants, keeping my legs warm in the Carhartts, seems to have worked, along with the heated hoodie, keeping my chest all nice and warm. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how well this worked. So I've got myself some nice cold weather observing gear. Thanks for watching. So that's been a quick look through some of the warm weather gear I wear. If you have any other warm gear that you prefer or recommend, throw them in the comments down below. I'd love to see what you guys gear up in when you're going out in sub-zero temperatures. Again, this video was sponsored by a very cold weather warning. And oh, I forgot to mention, the only thing I don't have is a scarf, which I probably should get because my neck and face do get cold. That's why I grew this really horrible beard. But that's going to come off here soon because it's annoying me. So anyway, that's about it. Thank you very much for watching, and clear skies.